The first thing we're going to do is called hatching. There we go. So this is hatching, but all that is, you've probably seen people when they make little shadows on a cartoon or something. They just make marks like that. Yeah. That's all hatching is. So I like to do it like that through the areas like that. Pretty much black. So in my opinion, this one next to the darkest one needs to be a little darker. So I'm gonna go in and add a couple random lines. And then I'm gonna go to the middle one. I'm gonna do the same thing, just a little sparser. So what you should be able to do is cover the ones on each side of two, and the one should be darker than the other. I might add a couple lines here. So then make another row. Oh. Next one we're going to do is cross hatching. Anybody know what that is?
It's simply hatching, but both ways.
Yeah, it's simply hatching, but then you turn your pencil and you make a cross with it, and that makes it cross hatching. So same thing. Ooh, that's a little too dark. I got a little carried away there. So I got those marks. Now I'm just gonna cross them just like an X. And that's probably a little darker than I should have it, but I'll just have to adapt as I go. It should be lighter. I put too many in. So then do the same thing as we did the row above. Just don't get too carried away like I did. So the goal is to get the one on the, well, for me, it's on the right side, darker than the one on the left, and end up at your darkest, which is almost black. We only have 5, so I'm not making it be pitch black, or you just color it all in, right? So far I'm okay. Check yours, make sure they're in sequence, and then just continue. If you get to where 2 of them are the same, value, please adjust it, because I had kids turning in, they had turned it in, and I mean, if you turn something in like these two, it's pretty close to the same. Need to make sure to darken this one up. Then do another one. This next one is going to be scribbling. So just like I say, you might want to take a look. I don't mean like just like that. Just do it all kinds of crazy ways. Which, that made it too dark. The first one, you don't need much at all. Next one, just try to double up what you just did. Now, what point having these days machine?
Right.
100% right. Very good. So, Jason Mayer, dribble. Say you have, you know, we've all drawn a bush like this before, right? Like that. So if I just shade this in, is that a bush or is that a cloud? What is that? Could be, right? So if I use scribbling, instead of having to draw all of those leaves on there to make it look like some sort of bush instead of a cloud, scribbling comes in handy, right? Who wants to draw a bazillion leaves? I wonder how many leaves are on there. So, you know, if our sun's coming in this way, we just continue over here on the bottom. This makes you have what Jacob said, variety to your drawings. It gives texture. That's what this gives, texture. And by giving it texture, it's giving it variety. Then we draw another one. You can do pretty much anything you want to use. Somebody tell me something we could use here.
Triangles.
Triangles. So he's saying you can use shapes. I'm gonna find what's not really good. Like, okay. You didn't check your chicks. Yeah. I imagine if you're drawing something that you wanted it to look kind of architectural, that shapes would be good. Ooh, that's a lot of triangles. What else could we use? Hmm? Squiggles, so different kinds of lines. What did you say?
I said zigzags.
So you could do, let me move it down. Somebody said you could do squiggles, zigzag lines. What about numbers? Yep. 1, 2. You could do numbers. And a lot of people draw these all the time, especially if you don't know how to draw well. You could use hearts, so you could use symbols. Different lines. Numbers. Could you use hashtags? Yeah, use hashtags. That's pretty much hashtag is cross-hatching, right? Could you use dots? Anybody ever done this?
Yeah. I have.
Y'all remember what that's called? It's called pointillism. It's also called, oh man, it's called something else. But I was always taught that it's pointillism. So you just keep adding and adding. I have this kid. That one right there is pointillism, but they didn't cover a whole box, right? I like this one. Just a set of 5 lines. I like that too. That's just kind of like what you did already, the shading one. Trying to think what else we could use. Stars, yes. That would go with symbols, lines, numbers, hashtags would go with symbols. What about letters? Could you use letters? So you could write whatever word you wanted to put in there. I don't. So you need to have 6 altogether. You need to have hatching, cross hatching, scribbling, and then the last 3 are whatever you want to do.